Hi everybody, it's July 25th, 2025. Now in our day of ages, conspiracies have taken on a little bit of more tread. They are part of our discussions daily, more often than they have been before. Back in the day when they used to be just off topics that we would visit just sporadically between larger intervals. But what I've come to discover is that in my personal life, my spiritual journey, sometimes when I was unconscious of myself and I was going through hardships, I would create all these conspiracies as to why what was happening to me. And so what that looked like was, maybe simply I am suffering right now because God is mad at me because I did this to this person, or I did this to myself, or because I drink a little alcohol, or because I smoke cigarettes, that sort of thing. Like, we start to put reasons on God's hand when stuff goes wrong with us. And even more paranoia inducing is you believe you're going through hardships because this person hates you, and they are making everybody else see only bad in you, or you want them so much but they hate you, and your feelings of being unrequited is causing you to suffer. It's causing you to go through pain because of this other person, or this group of people spreading rumors about me, and that's why everybody I meet treats me poorly. So when you go through hardships, conspiracies sprout in this sort of kind of weed-like manner. They sprout up all over the place. You see the causes for your suffering all around you. You may believe it's like a spiritual minefield around you. You go somewhere new, and your trouble seems to follow you. So your conspiracy is like, I must be being followed by my problems because I failed at proving to myself that I'm worthy. So I'm suffering because I can't prove to myself that I'm worthy. So wherever I go, I'm going to be punished by this because I am lacking in that area. And then you try to fix that area, try to fix that problem that you believe that you're lacking in character, lacking in the tools to have a good life, and you try to fix that, and it doesn't work. Even after you fixed it, it doesn't appear that you fixed it because you are still suffering, you're still having hardships. So the conspiracies grow deeper, and they grow more nerve-wracking, and they become incessant. And on the surface, there's not necessarily any problems with these conspiracies sprouting up in your head involuntarily, but the problem comes from the distraction of your consciousness from those problems. And you can't take your eyes off those problems. You can't focus on going forward in your life and taking care of what is meant to take care of. And so these stories swirl around in your head, and so these sort of stories, they emit lies to you that distract you and impede you, and you really get confused sometimes. And this is why I always say, center yourself in the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. When you can break away from the anxiety of common everyday life problems and life situations and center yourself in the Father's love and in trust in Him and believe in Him, grace is bestowed upon you. Now, if someone chooses not to believe this, it doesn't mean that God necessarily causes them to suffer incessantly or to suffer indefinitely. It's just their life takes a different path, and they come to their autonomy sooner or later. You know, living without the Father, Son, Holy Spirit in your consciousness, in your zeitgeist, your personal zeitgeist, will come with consequences. But the Father it's kind of obvious that the Father has those people in mind too. It's not like he hasn't come up with any contingency plan for the people that don't believe. But if you believe, certain graces are bestowed upon you. And so when you have these conspiracies from your hardships and conspiracies of your general life, they start not to matter once you believe in the power of the Father. They start to take their place in the lower parts of the recesses of your mind. Because, first of all, even if they are true, you know that they are beyond your awareness, they are beyond your knowledge, and you can't do anything about them anyway. So conspiracies are interesting, and they cause us to be involved in life in a certain kind of way. But the truth is that once you go forward with competence in your self competence and confidence in your direction and in your faith, the truth is more interesting than conspiracy. So I hope this helps. Thanks.